All right, all right. Hey guys, what's up? It's Stephen Dunn with Core Therapy and Pilates. I'm the founder of Pilates for PTs. And today I want to answer a question that I got from the group from a good friend, Andy. And Andy asked, how do you determine if you would trade with a client? Do you trade with new clients or regular existing folks only? So that's a fantastic question, and so I'm going to dive into that a little bit. We do lots of trading, we do lots of bartering. It's something that we've started from the very beginning of our business, and I'll go into a story about that with that piece of art right there in just a moment. But what happens with our trading is we trade for many things. My wife trades for her hair, cuts, colors, all that stuff. She trades for tanning, for facials, all that stuff with the different ladies. And these are women that she already knows. They were already existing clients of ours. We got to know them. We got to know them through coming into our business already. And the girl, the example, Cheryl just went and got a facial. So the girl that does the facial will send Cheryl her invoice. I have no idea how much facials cost, so I'm not even gonna guess, but let's just say it's $100. Again, I have no idea. She sends an invoice to my wife, Cheryl, $100. Cheryl puts a credit on her account for her to come in and do sessions for $100, classes, whatever, however she wants to use it. So we trade dollar for dollar, and we don't give discounts or package rates on any of our trading. So if this woman's coming in and taking classes, our group classes are $37 a pop. Now there's many ways to save and pay less, but with our trade, we don't do that on our trading. So for me, I've traded for furniture. We've got a custom table. We've got a custom, that chair right there. We've traded for that chair. Two things in view right here I've traded for. A chair, a table, a custom stand-up desk, all with a furniture maker. And that's a scenario where her mom actually came in to see us. Her mom is a PT, and she came in and saw my wife, and never really saw me for PT. That I don't think I ever saw her. She only saw my wife, and she came in and they did training sessions, and we traded for like, I'm gonna guess $6,000 worth of furniture. And now again, that woman, we would say in that scenario, and you got to be cautious with trading. I'm going to go into this with this furniture situation. We did the work, but didn't get the furniture for a long time later, and we had to stay on them and kind of hassle them and be like, hey, we got a $4,000 credit. How much is the table? Well, of course, the table was $4,000. So it was a little different scenario, and so you got to be cautious on who you trade with, because when someone comes in to utilize your services, whether it's PT or Pilates or massage, whatever you're offering, and you don't get their services in return in a timely manner, a lot of times it'll get lost or forgotten. So you kind of have to have a system in place to keep track of it. So what else have we traded for? I trade for tickets right now, concert tickets. Now this is a scenario where it's a guy, he owns the theater that I love to go see music at. And so he's an old musician, been playing for 60 years, playing the drums. And so I work on his shoulder, we work on strengthening, we kind of work on whatever he needs. And he comes in and sees me once a week. And I've been seeing him for some time now, really helped him a ton. And I'm not really keeping track of that trade, because he's someone that now I can just text him the day before, a few days before a concert at his theater, and I just get on the list and it's done and it's easy. And so I'm not really keeping track of tabs, because he's coming in to see me for a good bit, but he's not going to see me forever. And but I'm going to keep seeing music with him for as long as he's around. So that's a trade. It's a long-term trade, and it's a great trade for me because I love music, and I get 2 tickets to anything I want, and I go see couple shows a week, sometimes many, 3 or 4 a month, sometimes not many for a couple months in a row. But now I want to talk a little bit about the art. We traded with some art, or we've traded for probably, I'm going to say $20,000 worth of art. And that's art that we would have never, ever bought. It's art we would have never afforded. It's art we love, and I've learned a lot about art since. But I want to tell you a story about this piece of art right here. So that piece of art right there, when we first opened our business, Cheryl was working at another studio in town, and Cheryl was working at a studio where most of the people there were classically trained and a little working at a kind of different level, a fitness level, where she was working more rehabilitative. Well, this woman really loved Cheryl, and when Cheryl said, hey, I'm leaving here, I'm going to be working at my own place, the woman was like, I'm coming to your place. And Cheryl didn't solicit the business, but the woman's like, I'm coming, I don't care. It's kind of like a hairdresser. We found out Pilates teachers move. A lot of times when instructors move to other places or go open their own place, some of the clients are gonna go with them. It's just kind of part of it. So this woman came with Cheryl and she said, hey, I have an art gallery. I have an art showing this tonight or tomorrow, whenever. And we're like, okay, let's go check it out. And again, we were about to open our place. We hadn't quite opened, but we were in that process. So we knew she was coming to work with us. We knew she was gonna work with Cheryl. And we go to her art showing and we see this piece of art right there. And I'm like, oh, that's a really cool piece of art. Now, it was more expensive than I would have ever paid for a piece of art. I'll just say that right now. But I told her, I said, look, if that piece doesn't sell, because we had a relationship with her, we knew her by now. If that piece doesn't sell, I'm happy to trade you for it. I can't pay you for it because I just bought $50,000 in reformers and equipment and treadmills and high-low tables, blah, blah, blah. But I'll be happy to trade with you and we'll give you a credit for the work to come see Cheryl. And she was like, oh yeah, it'd be awesome. Well, we got the piece immediately. That hung in my office in the lobby for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And it basically was the piece that we designed our entire facility around. We built our logo colors, we built the floor, like we picked the floor color, wall colors, we picked the floors, everything kind of based around that piece. Now as the studio grew, we ran out of space, it ended up here, and now this is in my bedroom. But that was a situation where we got the artwork up front and then we did the work. Now over time, we ended up doing work for her and having a big credit that again, we kind of had to chase her down and say, all right, you owe us 12 grand, we need to get our art, And so there was a little stress in it, but I now have probably 6 pieces or 7 pieces of original art that are awesome and I love. And most of it was a pleasant trade. There were some times that, again, we did the work up front. She went through some relationship changes. She wasn't doing any of her art anymore, to points where we just said, hey, look, we're going to come over and look at all the pieces that you have. She had like a little studio of art, and we just picked out stuff that to meet that dollar amount that we had accumulated. So that's my stories on bartering. I'm a big fan of it, but I do typically know the people first. Let me answer that question. I don't barter with people that I don't know because I need to feel them out. I need to know. Now, when I meet a client and they have a business or they do something that I think is of value that can help me, I start thinking about it immediately. Right now, I have a girl, she owns a painting business. I've only seen her once. But she comes in highly recommended, word of mouth, who she loves me already after one session. And she's got a paint business, and I got some stuff that needs to be painted. My house needs some painting, and I need something that needs some staining. Is it something I need right now, immediately? No. But is it something that if all of a sudden I'm like, hey, you want to work out a deal where you come take a look at my house and see what it costs you to paint my house, and I'll give you that credit at the studio, and then you can come in and do what you need to do to get better. That's a real possibility of something that I will be offering someone in the next few weeks. Again, I'm going to feel her out a little bit more before I do that. I want to make sure I don't want to get burned, because I have been burned a little bit with this bartering situation. And I'll tell you about that. Last story. I had a girl do some PR work for us. We were trading, and it was really hard to put a value on what she was providing, right? Because she did get us into one magazine, and they did an article on us in a magazine, in the Austin Monthly magazine, and that was awesome. It was a great article. And she got me some backstage passes to the ACL Music Festival, and that was awesome. But that was about all I got, and she got a lot. She saw me a lot. She saw the trainers a lot, and the amount of money that she came in and the amount of PR that we got, it was hard to determine that thing. She never really told me how she would have been charging people normally, how her rates worked. She was like, yeah, we'll trade, and then I'll get you some stuff. But again, I got 2 things that were of value to me, and the rest weren't. So times aren't, you just got to be cautious with who you trade with. Haircut for Cheryl, bodyworks worked good. For me, my concert tickets, art and furniture, custom art and custom furniture has been the things that have been the trades that we've loved. I've also traded for some social media help. I've traded for all kind of random things. I even traded for some moonshine once. So illegal homemade moonshine from the backwoods. So that's my story for today. Andy, thanks for asking. And I'll see y'all soon. I'll come back with some more answers, some more videos answering some more questions. And y'all have a fantastic day, guys. Bye now.